Can we redo our hi?
Yeah.
Let's say it together.
Okay. How do we do it?
1.
Let's just count like in our head.
1, 2, 3.
Hi. I'm Alex.
I'm Dionne.
And we want to talk about some things that might help you out with your expat friends if you've got friends that live abroad.
Basically 6 things that expats want to tell you.
Yeah, because it is difficult, and there's a lot of things that sometimes people are just too nice to say, or sometimes people just don't want to tell you because one reason or another, but we've got some things that we think might help you out.
So collectively we've been living abroad, I would say, for about 4 years, on and off, both of us.
Yep.
So we're pretty, we're experts on this.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm gonna self-deem us as experts. So.
This is also because we are living in Shanghai in China. This is very China specific. I'm sure we could do another one talking about the other places we've lived, or I should just say Asia specific as well.
Yeah, Asia specifically, and we've been in Shanghai for almost 1.5 years now, so we know a little bit about what we're talking about. We've been, like she said, abroad for about 4 years between the two of us. So yeah.
We're also, I think we're gonna also use this as like a vent session. I don't know, I feel like it's very like...
There's some stuff that we need to say, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's
do
it.
First thing, basically just get the communication app that your expat friend tells you to get. Whether it's Viber, whether it's WeChat, whether it's even Facebook Messenger works really well if you're not in China. We'll get to that in a minute. But just get the Messenger app that they tell you to.
Yeah. Basically, if we say get WeChat, then get WeChat, because it's crucial to actually being able to communicate with that person. That's where we get our notifications. The rest of the apps and so-called thing, you might have WhatsApp, but I would never use WhatsApp in China. No. It's WeChat.
WeChat is a way of life here specifically. And it's because it's an app that the government made. I mean, it's a Chinese app essentially. In China, you can do literally everything on it. That doesn't really pertain to the people back home, but it's the app that everyone uses for everything here. So that's the way we communicate. Just get the app. It'll take you 2 minutes to download it, and then another 2 minutes to set up an account. And it just helps dramatically to have the app that we use out here. Yeah. You don't have to use it for anything else except for talking to your expat friend, but get the app.
And that kind of leads into number 2, and this is also a very specific note about living in China. VPNs are the worst.
Terrible. They're terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So like you might be saying to us over and over again, oh, you know, I sent you a Facebook message. Why haven't you replied to my messages? Because we don't get them.
We just don't get them.
Half the time they don't show up, or they show up 2 weeks later, or we might have been trying to reply, but our reply will just never send through.
Yeah.
It's unreliable, it's inconvenient, it's not always on.
Yeah.
So once again, whatever we're using at the time, if they're saying, oh, you know, it's really hard to reach you, and we say, well, I'm always on WeChat, go and get WeChat. Yeah. Please do it.
Yeah. Just to kind of touch on those points you just made, we really don't get messages or links or things that you could send us. It sounds weird to say, especially in 2017, that we're not getting a message, but we are just straight up not getting messages.
Yeah.
VPNs, like you said, they're not always on. They drain our battery on our phones, they drain our battery on our computers, and they eat up our data. So we rarely turn them on unless we need them, and we'll turn them on, you know, sometimes in the morning or throughout the day once, and at night to just kind of check everything. But if we're not using our VPN, we're not gonna get your Facebook messages, we're not gonna see if you post on our walls, we're not gonna get anything except WeChat stuff or sometimes emails. So
on top of that, like photos won't load, videos won't load, links won't load, nothing, like it just doesn't work sometimes.
It just doesn't work, and if it does work, it just takes a while.
And it might seem like we're being really ignorant or like just completely ignoring you. Yeah. I promise you, we're not.
We're really not. We want to talk, we really do.
Okay. Number 3.
Third thing. It can get lonely for us. There's a lot of things, a lot of times that we have no one else out here. We're really fortunate to be a part of a really big group. There's about 60 of us that are living together in a big building, and we have a good community of people our age doing the same things, but at the same time, they're not necessarily our people that we want to lean on. So it can get very lonely, and if you don't have, even if your person that you would go to while you're while you're abroad, while I'm somewhere else, even if that person's gone for a few days, it can get very tough.
Yeah.
And yeah, what were you gonna say?
I just feel like, yeah, sometimes it does, on the contrary to the VPN thing, it sometimes can feel like we've been forgotten because of that. With friends at home, even with family things at home, if, you know, there's a party or something, just reach out to us and just say like, we miss you or something, because being here, besides the community that we have, which are also the people that we have to work with on a daily basis, so it's not necessarily like you want to go to work and spend 8 hours together and then come home and spend your night together. You know, everybody needs their space, which is why I think we speak collectively when we say that all of us on some level or another get kind of lonely. So just try to keep including us. Even if you're seeing one message from us in a span of like 2 weeks, that's probably the 10th time we've tried to reach out. So it does get lonely and you can feel isolated. We don't speak the language, so
we haven't really built a good core of friends here, you know, local people here, because there's just a huge language barrier.
And Mandarin is almost impossible for me.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's really hard to learn.
But yeah, it's just we go through phases where, you know, sometimes we just, like you said, we need some space from the people that we work with and see every day. And a good thing to do is to lean on someone back home. Something that would really help is just setting up time to either FaceTime or call every so often. It doesn't have to be once a week or once a month even, but just set something aside to talk for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is huge, especially for us that haven't seen or heard your voice in a long, long time. So just keep that in mind, that it is tough. It can get lonely. Obviously, for the most of us, we're out here because either we really love it or we're getting really great experience. But that comes hand in hand with the fact that we do miss you guys. So